What's up, y'all? Malcolm Reed here from How to Barbecue Right. When you're in the Chattanooga area and you're looking for barbecue supplies, you got to check out my buddy Steve's Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. And Steve and his staff have all your outdoor grilling, smoking, live fire cooking supplies. You can find my Killer Hog stuff there, plus a ton of other cool stuff. So y'all stop in and see Steve. Tell him Malcolm sent you.
All right. Welcome to the Owl's Nest Barbecue Show. You people are in for a good one tonight, I promise you. I promise you. We're brought to you by the Pit Barrel Cooker. The best food starts right on the Pit Barrel. Smoking Brothers Pellet Cookers. Pellet grills made in the USA, built to cook, built to last. Smoking Brothers Pellet Cookers. Brought to you by the Napoleon Kettle Grill. That's Pete's favorite. The traditional backyard and party grill enjoyed by generations. Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply and Romaine on the Go Catering. Great barbecue, great side items, great service. Owl's Nest Barbecue and Romaine on the Go. And by all those great product vendors like Butcher Barbecue, How to Barbecue Right, Heath Riles, Beat Church, Hey Grill Hey, even Dr. Barbecue, all available at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply in Ooltewah. Also brought to you by the Dad Bod Go app. Download the Dad Bod Go app on your Android and iPhone device today. We're also brought to you by chatevents.com. When you want to know what's going on, go to chatevents.com. We're going to bring them in right now. There's Pete, there's Cameron, and there is our special guest right there, Sarah Turney. What's up, everybody?
What's up, Steve?
Hey.
Good to see everybody. It's good to see everybody. Jeffrey Maxwell checking in from Fargo, North Dakota. That may be the farthest place we've ever had anybody check in from.
Yeah,
Fargo, North Dakota.
North Dakota's crazy.
Did guy from Germany ever check in?
Yeah, he did.
Live?
You're right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Germany's a good little hike.
Daddy Dutch checking in. Haven't heard from you in a while, Big Dutch. Good to hear from you. Good seeing you. And Jeffrey saying hello back to Cameron. And we'll let you two get a room later. We're gonna be talking about a ton of stuff today. I get you see on my picture 32 days to kick off, 25 days to the food truck festival. And that is the work of Sarah Turney, our young lady who's with us from her Thara Culinary, and she's an event organizer as well. And her partner in this madness is none other than our own Cameron Parker. And we're going to be talking with them about it soon. But first, Pete and Cam and Sarah, you will find this interesting. Tailgate season is upon us. And nothing says tailgate more than the Badger Barrel from Pit Barrel Cooker.
Yep.
Fair.
Have you seen it, Sarah? Have you seen the Badger Barrel?
So my dad, my son actually is a sous chef at a barbecue restaurant. My dad's a pit master. I'm a third generation chef, and my family owns barbecue restaurants. So
oh my God.
we're smoking people in our house. Yeah,
that is fantastic.
I can make the meanest brisket you've ever had in your life.
Oh,
that's a challenge. I think
I heard a challenge.
Did you hear
Absolutely.
a challenge?
I heard it. I heard the challenge.
Oh well, I hear challenges every day. Everybody likes to come to me and tell me how good their barbecue is, and I believe it. I believe it, Sarah. I believe it. I bet it is.
I got 2 James Beard awards that say that I'm probably right.
He's pulling out the big guns.
No, I love a good healthy competition. I love barbecue, man. Like it's my heart and soul lies in Cajun Creole food and barbecue. Like no matter how fancy I got, no matter how far I went, like I always incorporated elements of those things that like built my culture, built my cooking base, into those things, no matter what, type of restaurant or where I went. So like, I love trying other people's barbecue. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, you're in the right place right now because the three of us, we live it, eat it, and breathe it. And I'm so glad to hear that you do the same. Now, the Pit Barrel Cooker, Cameron's got one. I got one. It is a unique barrel cooker. Sarah, I'm sure you've cooked, you've seen people cook with barrels.
Oh yeah, I've cooked on barrel cookers. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
And this thing comes apart where you have a little grill on the bottom, which Cameron, Pete, is perfect for tailgate.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's
because you
like
can
a perfect
actually
little
just
hibachi.
leave half of it at home if you're going to tailgate, throw the other half in the trunk of your car and anything. It's so
I take them camping.
compact. It's good.
I
What?
take them camping with us. When me and
Yeah.
when we go camping a lot. It's small enough that you can pack it in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like take it apart, put it back together, but still like we'll kick it on and we'll spend the whole day swimming while the smoker's going and stuff. And then we
Yeah.
got good barbecue at the end of the day.
And then if you want to warm something up, you've got the grill. You can turn it into a grill. If you want to sear something off, if you want to reverse sear steak, like a tri-tip, you can smoke a tri-tip on it, then reverse sear it on the grill. It is so handy, and they are so inexpensive. $2.99 for this gadget that cooks great barbecue. So if you're looking to find something to cook your food at a tailgate party, that you want good food, better than the guy next to you that's got a gas grill, the Pit Barrel's Badger Barrel is for you, and it's available for $2.99 at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. And Cameron, we're giving one away.
Yes, that's right.
Another one
We are-
away at the Food Truck
exactly.
Festival.
I'm so excited about this. So I promised everybody when we had the Food Truck Festival get canceled out, I was like, you know what? I feel like we need to go bigger. We need to go better. So we're giving away the Badger Barrel Smoker, but we're also giving away a Blackstone Griddle. Both have their own packages, 2 separate giveaways at the same festival. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be bigger and better than the hour-and-a-half festival they had just a few weeks ago.
That's right.
That y'all
Which was not small in itself.
Oh, yeah.
so wisely called off. I mean, that was
Yeah.
I mean, that was smart. I know it's
Excuse
it's never
me.
easy to call off a big event like that.
No, it's always it's a tough decision, but at the end of the day, when public safety is at risk, it's no decision. Like I
Yeah.
would call that off
Yeah.
10 out of 10 times.
Also,
When I have vendors inside of their tent holding them like this, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
saying, Sarah, help, you know what I mean? That's when,
yeah,
and then not only that, man, but when lightning strikes, people have asked the question 100 times, like, why the rain cleared up? But when lightning strikes, that is a lightning field. Those are all metal rods, you know what I mean? And it's not worth anybody's life or safety at that point, you know?
And
no, especially when
60
you can
propane tanks on the field. Like,
Yeah,
good Lord.
especially when
Right.
especially when it's with a stroke of a pen, you can redo it.
And you know
Yep.
what? It'll just
Yeah.
make it bigger and better next time.
Oh, it's
right?
going to be.
Everybody
I
that was
mean,
there and
Oh, it's
excited,
going to be
but
crazy this time.
it'll be
We've
good.
added a lot of cool programming. I was able, obviously some of the trucks are booked at other things. They're not able to return, things like that. So I was actually able to bring in concepts that I felt like should have been there from the beginning, trucks that I just didn't have access to or have the time to find. Like we've got a guy coming in out of Alabama who does hand-rolled sushi burritos and stuff. So like we're able to bring in even more international food, like crazier concepts. And here's the thing, we have great food trucks here. Like, don't get me wrong, we have some of the best food trucks probably in the country in Chattanooga. And I'm saying that as a 20-year chef. You know what I mean? Like we truly have some of the best food trucks around. But it's also really cool to bring in things that we don't have here and maybe inspire people here to see that, you know what I mean? There's cool things you can do. We're bringing Aiko corn dogs and Korean corn dogs out of Nashville. We've got the sushi truck coming in. We have the Jamaican barbecue team and they do traditional Jamaican food. Like there are things that we don't see here, and so I think it's going to be really cool to bring in, maybe even inspire a new chef, to be like, man, my idea, like I could do a food truck with it. People like it,
Okay. Time out. We're going to get to all this stuff. You promoters are just the best at just capturing a show. I love it. We're also going to talk about the Napoleon Kettle Grill that we have available at Owl's Nest Barbecue Spot. Now, this is the standard kettle grill, isn't it, Pete?
It is. It's
That
nice.
you can grill on it, you can offset it, and you can smoke on it. But it works best as it's just a traditional kettle grill. And Sarah, I know you've got one of these in the backyard. Everybody's got one of these.
Oh yeah.
And it is fantastic. We've also got those at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. They're $389. And they are made far better than Brand X, I will assure you. If you see one compared to Brand X, you will say, wow, this is
what's nice to me about, first of all, the grate on it is very heavy duty,
Mhm.
and it's a half grate, opens half where you can get down in there. The other thing I like about it is the lid. Instead of the traditional kettle lid that you open up and your hands opening up over the fire,
Mhm.
this one opens this way to the side. So you're not putting your hand over the flame, over the heat.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've always
better.
said that was the biggest design flaw in those things is that
Yeah.
you have to go over active fire. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's nice.
Somebody at Napoleon Kettle got smart and did the offset, and it works great.
Yeah.
Also at store this week, we got a new shipment of rubs from Fire Dancer. That's a famous their chicken rub, and the SOB rub, all-purpose rub, and also their other rub we've got. And we've got a Malcolm Reed shipment in. We now have every rub that Malcolm has. We've got it. All the new ones, rib rub, all the specialty rubs. We've got every one of How to Barbecue Right rubs at Owl's Nest Barbecue Supply. And we've got on the way, we've got more from Butcher Barbecue coming and from Heath Riles Barbecue. So I will say by Labor Day, we will be fully stocked going into the holiday season. We'll have more stuff than you can shake a stick at Owl's Nest Barbecue.
You know,
Supply.
Lane's has got some new stuff we've got in the store too. They've got a new chicken rub in there. Lane's, I like Lane's, Steve. I like
Oh,
Lane's.
yeah.
Lane's is really, and it's starting to pick up in sales too.
Absolutely. Lane's is just down there in Bethlehem, Georgia.
Yeah.
And not far from here at all. They've got a great selection of different rubs. And come on, check them out. They've got that apple pie rub.
Yeah. They should be on toast, ice cream.
Yeah, Sarah, cinnamon sugar rub already put together. And
like
the first thing Pete and I did with it, we cooked some biscuits, put butter on them, then sprinkled that on, just like your mom used to do it.
Exactly.
And man, it was fantastic. Good stuff.
I make a smoked chicken that uses a cinnamon sugar rub, and it almost comes across like a Basque chicken. I take smash up some tomatoes and I stuff the chickens with tomatoes and mozzarella.
Ooh.
And then I hit it with a cinnamon sugar rub and then green olive juice, soak it in green olive juice, and it comes across like a smoked Basque chicken. It's delicious.
Well, that's
Not bad.
fantastic. That sounds unbelievable. See, we can get recipes from this girl. This is great. Sarah,
You can get a few.
This is great, man. So we got all that. We're going to talk with you, Sarah, in just a few minutes. But first, we are going to do a product review. Now, this is Steve Ray, and today I'm in Ottawa, where I reached out for Cameron's favorite drink, Fresca. That's right, Fresca. That zesty drink formulated in 1966. Ah, the 60s. Man, those were the days, weren't they? All the great ideas came out of the 60s. DDT filled the air above the farmers' fields, killing all those pesky pests and those weak migrant workers. President Johnson telling us how we were winning the war in Southeast Asia. And then the good folks in marketing at Coca-Cola said, hey, let's bottle the mop water and call it Fresca. And literally tens of Americans raced to try it. And so 60 years later, what do? They bring it back because it sold so good in 1966. And you know when you accidentally swallow a little toothpaste spit, Sarah, and you gag, it tastes better than Fresca. Let me tell you. Cameron, you must be huffing your wife's hairspray if you can drink a bottle of this stain remover. I'm giving Fresca a 1 out of 10 only because I think the label is kind of trendy. And but don't take my word for it. You may be addicted to self-mutilation yourself. And if you like that, you may like this bottle of turpentine. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Fresca, you don't have to drink it. So there's my product review, a la Cameron Parker for Fresca.
Okay, for starters, I never said it's my favorite drink, but I will come to Fresca's defense here because it is good. And you know what? I don't know what to tell you, Steve. I don't have to script my reviews. I'm just saying, like, there's something to be said about that part too. But Fresca is a national treasure, and I will stand behind that.
I can tell you it's a good mixer with alcohol.
It's a great mixer. What do you think transfusions are made out of? Every golfer on the planet has had Fresca in a transfusion. I'm just telling you.
There's no calories. It's a diet drink. It's a diet drink.
Okay. Is that a problem?
It's not bad when it's hot outside. Like,
it's great when it's hot outside. Like I
would drink the sand before I drank Fresca.
Oh my gosh. Hey,
outside.
I'll tell you what though, for everybody who's watching and wants some Fresca, guess what? There is a sleeve in the cooler at Owl's Nest Barbecue.
Oh, it's selling like crazy. People come in and go, "You got Fresca." Wow,
there's a little sign. There's a little sign on it that says, "This is Cam's drink." You
drink
know
what
what?
Cameron drinks.
It's right there. Get after it, people. I want people to stand in line at Steve's place just for a Fresca to make him have to keep buying them. Okay, we're gonna single-handedly keep Fresca in business.
If you can get as many people as you got coming in for those tacos last Friday that worked me to death after that review on the taco. I never sold so many tacos in my life.
That taco is pretty good. I'll tell you what.
I almost put on a sombrero.
Wait till the people see me talk about when you put all the hot dog topping or all the taco toppings on a hot dog for me.
Hey, that was good, wasn't it?
Fire.
That was good, wasn't it?
Yes.
I know. I made a couple of those this weekend. People like that.
Steve Davidson chiming in saying Fresca rocks. Thank you, Steve.
He bought,
You're not the only one that can see the comments here, Steve.
He bought one the other day.
He bought one. I kid. Fresca is a fine.
That was a
fine American product. We're just kidding Cameron because
I know.
The only person I know that actually drinks Fresca.
But for any attorneys that are interested, Steve's address is at
You can't libel. You can't libel famous people.
If it's good enough for your grandmother, it's got to be good enough for you.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly right. I love Fresca. I clean with it. It's a great standard.
You clean with it.
All right, let's stop the shenanigans right now, and let's talk with Sarah Turney. Sarah, what is you are such an interesting person. You're a radio station owner or employee.
So one of my best friends owns the station, and
in which station is it?
24/7 The Gig. They're a digital media radio station, and I work in the sales and marketing department, and I fill in on the morning show for them.
And that's a job in itself. And then you've got Herthara Culinary. Tell us about that.
So Herthara Culinary is a company that I started about 8 years ago, and I'm originally from this area, but I was working on the West Coast. I worked for one of the largest national production companies for music festivals in the world. And I kind of started this in conjunction with that because I missed chefing. Like, I started my career as a chef. And so I started really with my catering and cooking at Herthara Culinary and private chef work because I was a tour chef for musicians that were on tour and things like that. Wow. And so passion project kind of expanded. I actually did not intend to get back into festival production. And then I got back here and I was working as a consultant with the food trucks and people around here. And they were just like, man, this is what's happening at these events. We're being overcharged. They're not marketed correctly. They're just not produced correctly. And I was like, well, let me help some friends out. So what started is me actually just like kind of going down the path of like educating other local promoters, on how to work with merchant vendors and food trucks, turned into me being like, hold my beer, I'll do it myself when I saw how bad it was. Right. And then kind of kicked it off with the Crawfish Festival this past April. And I realized how much I really actually missed producing festivals and was just kind of like, cool, I'm going to do the thing. And just started doing it.
People don't realize how hard it is to put together even a small festival, do they?
Yep. No. And the difference, one of the biggest differences, right, is that I run a national level production company. So I have employees I have 195 hours in FEMA emergency management training. My director of operations and logistics, Kimmy, is currently in FEMA school, learning to manage that. When you run festivals, you're looking at everything from infrastructure builds. You have to understand electrical, plumbing, water supply. You have to understand safety, fire, EMS. And there's a lot of people who go, well, it can't be that hard. I'll pop some tents up out here. Well, there's a big difference in just putting tents on top of a venue and actually programming a festival, right? And that requires security, infrastructure, marketing. You have to understand how to design a concept that people actually want to participate in the demographics you're in, and market research and analytics. Like, real festival companies put a lot of time and energy before you ever see it. I worked on the Food Truck Festival, fantastic team. And they do some of the local kind of stuff that happens downtown, like Riverfront Nights. And, Alicia's fantastic. She works over in the Economic Development Office, and there's a lot of experience in that office, particularly Militia being amazing. And they're working really hard to create quality things. And there are a couple other production companies here that put on what I would call like Cat 3 festivals. And those are like 1,000 to 2,000 people, but there's not a lot of programming. You know what I mean? It's more like, I almost would call them like merchandising markets, where there's the thought of a theme and then people kind of follow it, and you come out and you shop with the vendors. And I'm a firm believer that everything has its place, right? There needs to be local farmers market type things. There needs to be local merchant markets. But I think one thing that Chattanooga can do better at is calling the thing what it is, right? Like, let's not call markets festivals. Let's call them markets. Let's call festivals festivals, because then that sets unrealistic expectations for the public and for the vendors, right? So when you have somebody like me who comes in and I say festival, well, okay, we're talking about $30,000 in infrastructure versus, $1,000 in a parking lot, and people associate the words with the things. So I think it's a really cool opportunity, because, I do have a lot of visibility because of my background as a chef, and my reputation as a chef, to show both sides of that relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what it takes to run a food truck. I have one sitting in my front yard. You know what I mean? And like, I also understand what it takes to run the event. So it's a cool opportunity for those crossroads to kind of meet and like make them business incubation and development centers. I have the most competitive, if not free, rates for vending in the city, in the tri-state area. Actually, I have the lowest and most competitive rates.
So when you sign up a person in a food truck, are there guidelines to what you want them to charge the public?
As far as what they charge the public, that's based on their cost of sale. Now, there are some guidelines. Obviously, I vet COIs and insurances. I make sure that, they have their health permits, their safety. For trucks that may be coming from out of state, I actually personally buy their temporary food service vending permits, which no other promoter does. I make sure those parameters. Now, I do vet their menus to a degree, because I want to make sure that we're not like directly competing. You know what I mean? I want to make sure we've got a good rounded out. So, but what I'll never do is tell a truck what they can charge somebody, because I don't know what their overhead operating cost is. I don't know what their food cost is, unless I am their consultant. And 9 out of 10 cases here with local trucks, I am. So I do know their operating costs. So, that's the thing that people don't understand. They think because the food is in a truck and it's moving around, it's less expensive than running a brick and mortar, but it's not, especially with fuel costs the way they are right now. These guys are out. So for instance, on my festival, let me give you a breakdown of how that looks for them. So they pay $150 vending fee to be at the Chattanooga World Food Truck Festival. That $150 in our company goes straight into the marketing budget. We don't even use it for venue. I've actually come out of my own pocket on festivals, you know what I mean, to keep the operating budget so low for the trucks. So they're in a $150 fee here. They're in their daily operations expenses, which is, their insurance and all that kind of stuff. You're looking at another $300. So we're sitting at $450. You're looking at labor and staffing for the day. We're already at almost $1,000 before we talk about food cost,
Right.
And so when we talk about food cost and we get into what they're tangibly bringing, you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000. So some of these trucks are $6,000 to $7,000 in investment before they ever pull on the field. And so when you see a festival vending rate that's sitting, and that's with me having low, vending rates, right? So imagine this on an event that charges them $400 and $500, which is the industry standard right now. They're looking at thousands of dollars that they're bringing, with their business with no guarantee of sales. And so it becomes a really fine line as a promoter between, making sure you have what you need to create the event that they need to drive people into it, and making sure you're not making it so cost prohibitive that they can't participate with a safety net.
So when you go to promote one of these events, like the food truck event, how did you reach out to Cameron, or did Cameron reach out to you? Or how
Funnily
did
enough,
y'all find
Cameron
each
and I
other?
were already friends.
Okay. 'Cause it sounds,
Cameron,
well,
I
it sounds like
actually helped.
a great partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was actually Cameron and I made friends fairly early on after I got home. I forgot even how. I think we might have shared a recipe or something with each other. You had posted looking for some kind of recipe, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, got you." And we made friends. And then I actually was a beta tester for Cameron
Yeah, for
from
the Dad
the
Bod Go app,
food chef side of it, because I consult for so many of the businesses. I beta tested for him and helped him find the gaps from the chef's point of view and as an owner restaurant operator point of view. And we just became really good friends because we're very similar people and we have really similar passions. And I just was like, hey, you want to do cool stuff? And he's like, yeah, let's do cool stuff. So
yeah, I mean, we started talking about events early on, and there's going to be an evolution as well into the event side of Dad Bod Go. Like that's going to be a huge phase 2 rollout for the app that is specific, not just in the giveaways. That's already built into the Dad Bod Passport, but just in food events overall, to increase that level of marketing that happens for all these vendors. The goal is always happy vendors makes happy customers. Everybody
100%.
all works together, and that's what makes a successful event, and it's what makes cities look forward to when you're coming back for that next one. So I mean, I'm absolutely blown away just even with our short time together with what we've been able to kind of accomplish and put together as a team. I mean, it works kind of effortlessly. I mean, we're two halves of a whole in that side.
So Sarah, when you decide how many food trucks to have attend, do you limit the number as a ratio of how many attendees you think you're going to have? How do you figure that?
So basically, right, you're looking at volume of sales, and it's really based on the size of the festival. So the marketing campaigns dictate a lot of that, right? Because what we do that's a little different. So using the World Food Truck Festival as an example, that's a massive festival with a lot of food on the field. So we've sank thousands of dollars into targeted meta marketing, Google ads. So beyond Cameron and just social media, right? We actually run national level marketing campaigns. I have a marketing department inside of my company that contains a 50-year experience former CEO of one of the largest marketing agencies in the United States, as well as 2, apprentices under her that have been training. And their whole job is to watch the market and see, where people are going to be at, what they're buying, how to target it. They backlink all my Google. So once we can start seeing those analytics, right, and we see the tangible possible attendance, what you're looking at is you want basically 1 to 1.5 trucks per 1,000 people. And 1,000 people will knock a dent in the truck, right? They will hurt a truck.
Yeah.
So we have 54 food concepts on the field at Chattanooga World Food Truck Festival. Do we expect 55,000 people? No, we don't, right? We do expect 20 to 30,000 people based on projections, those kind of things. Of course, you can never guarantee it on an event that's not, paid ticketed. You know what I mean? But we can look at a lot of analytics and see what the potential crowd turnout is. So with that being said, that's a situation where we know we're going to have some spillage. But the key is in creating different concepts. We don't have multiple competing concepts. Now, we do have a couple types of barbecue, but each one is a different region. And you being a barbecue person, understand those are completely different things. A guy doing Texas barbecue versus a Caribbean barbecue guy are going to be doing completely different things. One's smoking jerk chicken and one's making Texas brisket, And so we make sure, 1, they're not directly competing.
Yeah.
And then 2, some of those are beverage vendors and things. You've got to have your snow cones. You've got to have your drinks. You got to have those kind of things. Because those people are artists too, and people don't realize that. Somebody like Tennessee Drifter, man, his drink menu is more extensive in product inventory supply than some of these food trucks' operating menus are.
Yeah.
And so it really comes down to strategy as much as attendance. So you take your possible attendance, allocate about 1,000 people per truck, and then you're honest with them, right? You say, hey, this is a World Food Truck Festival. It's a food expo. The odds of you selling out are low. But when you tell people up front and you say par low, you tell your chefs par low, don't overproduce. Par to sell out. We have 54 trucks on the field. We'd rather you come as close to selling out or even have to shut down early because there's 53 more that are going to be able to step up, and everybody leave feeling good about it and having a good day. That's important to me. But that also factors into your things like your cottage bakers and your treat makers and your people selling the barbecue sauces and the rubs and my merchandise vendors. The same concept applies to them. You book based on crowd potential. And again, that's reciprocal, right? So when you're booking based on crowd potential, you're also booking a number of vendors to draw the size crowd you want. Because the average person is going to go, oh, 20 vendors, might come out. But they go, oh, there's 100 vendors and 50 food trucks and live music. Yeah, I'm on my way. Like, we got to go to that. Like, it's no different than going to the flea market and but with good food.
So that's a proven formula. The bigger the festival, the more you will draw, for sure.
For the most part, it's all in your marketing, though. It all comes down to your marketing. You can build it, and they won't come if they don't know about it. And that's where I've been very strategic. Cameron's been very strategic with the appropriate, partnerships, the appropriate marketing campaigns. I'm very blessed and fortunate to have the people that work for me. They're incredibly good at what they do. Kimmy and Ashley and Melanie and those people, they're incredibly talented at what they do. And, I am a firm believer in aces in places. I know a lot. There's not a job inside my company I can't do myself, but I trust the people that I've hired. I found people that were going to be really good at what they do, and I put my trust and faith in them. I build it, and they bring them.
Cameron, what challenges do you find, Cameron, when you're trying to? She's counting on you to drive, the 25 to 30,000 people to this field.
Yeah. So, I mean, the big thing for me is, and where I'm coming to play in a lot of this is obviously the exposure. So for me, it's creating creative ways to make sure to put the information in front of people in a way that's going to catch their attention, make them want to come. Also like even just the giveaways. I mean, people will come for giveaways. People are like all about that, right? I mean, even in the first 45 minutes of round one, we had 50 entries in 45 minutes on the Dad Bod Go app for the giveaway. And now we're going to give away 2, right? So that's going to be a draw within itself. But beyond even just the direct marketing side of it, one of the things that I've taken on is I do a lot of our sponsor relations, right? So we are incredibly happy to bring EPB on as a presenting partner along with Dad Bod Go for this event. EPB is positioning themselves as a long-term partner with us on a bunch of different concepts that we're working on. Mm-hmm. And that's not just a financial sponsorship that they're giving us there. EPB for this event is providing connectivity on the event field. That is like our first like real brainchild together, and it's going to be like really awesome. But like there are things that are important to consider in bringing people in. Kids. Everybody has kids. I have kids. I have small kids, So when you're at a festival that, let's say it's just food and some live music, dude, kids are going to get bored. Like they need something to do. So like World Food Truck Festival has a gigantic kids area with bouncy houses, obstacle courses. I think are the trampoline bungee.
Yeah, the aerial.
So all of this is available, for kids as well. The key to a successful event, I believe, is to provide programming that as many people as possible can bite off on. Now, can you please everybody? No, nobody can, but we can please most everybody. And that's what we try to do. One of my favorite
things that we have at the World Food Truck Festival, they'll be coming out to Oktoberfest. We have this great vendor called Traveling Party Studio, and she curates activities for the kids based on the event. So at World Food Truck Festival, they'll be able to tie-dye their own chef's aprons and make and paint their own food trucks to take home with them and stuff like that. Like that, it's those attention to detail, right? The attention to detail is the difference between a good festival and I put some tents on a field.
Exactly.
Parents spend a lot of money for their kids.
Yeah,
kids,
absolutely. Kids. I mean, you got to think like even with a free event like World Food Truck Festival, I mean, the average person who comes, let's say a family of 4 comes, they're going to drop some cash. I mean, because you're going to buy food for everybody. You're going to go and you're going to shop around. You're going to go to one of the 3D printer, people that has a booth. And if your son's anything like mine, he's going to freak out and want a $10 dragon or something like that. Your daughter's going to see something cool and want something, and you're going to do that. And then you're going to go and you're going to spend some money at the kids area and all that kind of stuff. I mean, people are going to spend some money. So it has to be an attention to detail that can really cater to that and make it feel like it was worth it, especially at a free event. Obviously free events are a lot easier to get people to come to. Like when you get into something like Oktoberfest where there's a ticketed element to it, that has to be even more curated and more valuable to people. But it's one of those things where, like, even when we do a free event, we want it to be so curated that when somebody sees it, they go, man, somebody put some work into this thing.
You know, you've got the World Food Truck Festival is on a huge area. Your landscape, your palette is almost,
It's a lot.
it's almost you can't fill it all. I mean, it's just so big.
Oh, I can.
And it's
I'm going.
filled. It's almost filled.
But it's big. I mean, you got plenty of room to operate.
Yeah.
It's
You know, like
huge.
we move this guy back 20 feet. We got that room. But then we go to Oktoberfest at Cambridge Square into an area that can't hold
Yeah.
more than 25, maybe 3,000 people. How do you adjust to make sure that you fill it up, but don't overfill it?
It's all in curation. You know, it's saying, okay, for instance, like to run you through like mine and Cameron's brainstorming process on this, there's a giant whiteboard on my wall and we're on the phone and it says Oktoberfest across the top and we start spitballing ideas and we're like, okay, this makes sense. This doesn't. This makes sense. This doesn't. Doesn't make sense for me to bring in a burger truck to Oktoberfest. But do you know what it does make sense for me to bring in? Artisan bread makers who can do a pretzel competition that becomes community judge and voted. You know what I mean? So I have to find the ways to take these vendors that we work with on a large scale and program them into curated events, right?
Mhm.
And so they still get the same attention and exposure. And the coolest thing about these at that are there's no vending fees at all. Like these people are coming in to make their money in a very targeted small audience because we know the audience is so small. We're not over programming the field. So like our kids zone, we prepay for that. Like in order to make the ticket process and make sure every kid gets what they need, our company actually advance pays these people to set up. So they don't have to worry about their revenue and their bottom line. They don't have to worry about the losses they would incur if people didn't, participate because we cover that on a minimum. And so that's something that is really cool because I don't think that there's any other events doing buyout minimums on these vendors for small venues. That's where the difference comes in, having someone who is from working that side of the industry come in to run the events, because I look at it from both perspectives. A lot of promoters are looking at it from top down. There's a lot of promoters who would fill Cambridge Square up with every tent you could think of and make it a market and it would be what it is and the event would not be great, But I came in with Cameron and we said, all right, what do we do? And we're like, what would be cool? If we were going to go to something and we had a ticket in our hand, what would be cool? And we're like, man, how cool would it be to have an Oompa band? How cool would it be to try pretzels and have the community participate in a competition? How cool would it be if I could just like tag one wristband for the day and walk around and do everything, Or what if my family doesn't have enough money to do everything? You can buy one experience and not buy the other. We really take it down to just like the micro level. Like we hit it under a microscope. Where World Food Truck Festival, we blow it up and look at it from the air. This, we take it down to a petri dish. And I mean, we literally vote up and down on which concepts make the most sense.
Well, and another big element to that too is specifically with Cambridge Square, our goal in talking with them is to not just, like she said, fill the entire space with all these tents and stuff. It's to actually drive business to the tenants that are at Cambridge Square.
Yeah.
I mean,
Business
that's a big thing. I've been to a bunch of markets and stuff that are there. And really what it does is like, you've got a bunch of people there, but most of the businesses that are in Cambridge Square, they take a beating that day because, there's a lot of people spending their money on other things. What we're doing is we're curating things to drive that engagement. For instance, the craft beer tasting ticket that you can get, you're going to try 12 different beers and you're going to try those at the various locations that are there. So, let's say we set up a sampling booth inside Barn Door Boutique. Sure, you may not buy anything in there, but you're going to walk in, and while you're waiting to get your sample, you're looking around. You may see something you didn't know was there. Like nobody knows Barn Door Boutique has men's clothing. I know, and a few people who saw a video knows, but outside of that, that's the goal, is let's create something that can be exciting. People already love Cambridge Square. Let's elevate Cambridge rather than elevating 150 pop-up tents.
Yeah. And it's like, for instance,
I like the idea of making it. It sounds like you're talking more of a quality, but tell me about this pretzel contest.
Yeah, it's going to be
piques my interest. Pete, is it yours?
So
Who don't like pretzels?
Right.
So we have three categories. We have the professional, amateur, and kids division, basically. So professional is anybody who owns a brick and mortar bakery who is producing and selling on the daily. Amateur are your part-time cottage bakers, people who just sell pretzels. You know what I mean? They make good stuff and they think, hey, I can make this happen. I'm coming to play with the big dogs. And then the junior competition, obviously, because baby chefs matter. My kids have been in a kitchen since they were like basically in pull-ups, and could probably outcook half the city. They're pretty cool. But so there's that fostering development in the youth organizations, but it's super cool because like it gives an interactive element to the community. You get and they are limited, just being very clear about that. We only have 250 pretzel judges passes because the expense cost to the business is to produce, the competition items, but it's a cash prize pot. We're looking at $500 for the professional division. What did we say? It was like 200 for.
I think it may be 300 for the amateur, and then another like $200 available to the junior league. So, and all those ticket prices are just going into that. Like
literally, the ticket that you
that's something we don't make any money on at all.
Yeah, you buy a ticket to the pretzel competition, that money goes straight back into those producers' pockets.
Yeah. So,
have you ever seen a pretzel contest, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
How does it work? How does it work?
So in this case, a lot of them are going to be baking before offsite because we don't have the size structure to build the mobile kitchens there. So they're going to be twisting. Now we are going to require them to video their process to make sure that they're not using pre-mades. So the requirement is during your stringing and pulling, you're going to have to video your process before you bring it onto site. And that way we can verify they're not using pre-made products. And honestly, I'll be able to tell you if they are, because I've tasted every pretzel between here and the end of creation. When I've been in the restaurant business, every bar's got a pretzel, and I've managed so many of them at this point, but it's super cool. So they go through, and a lot of them, we're going to have somebody doing sourdough pretzels. We're going to have somebody doing traditional Bavarians. Like we've got, it's going to be pretty sick. It's going to be, we'll have some doing some probably some twists on sweet and savories. Like they're creatives. Like these people are super creative. So I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah, and your ticket as a judge, what we're having all of the participants do is produce enough one bite little samples for ticket carrying judges to be able to go and try each of them, right? So there's not going to be like 50 of them where you got to eat, 50 bites of pretzels or anything like that. We're actually kind of screening everyone, and we're dialing it into a smaller group, right? But your ticket price that goes into that prize pool is going to allow you the ability to go through. You're going to try each of them. You're going to vote for your favorite, and that's going to create our winners.
Pete, on your pretzel, cheese or mustard?
Both. I mean, not at the same time. I love a good, depending on the pretzel, a good hot pretzel with mustard. I love a good hot pretzel with some beer cheese. I love.
Oh, yes.
A little Gouda in there too.
Beer cheese on a hot pretzel. My goodness.
Salt. Salt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Salt.
Oh, yeah. I love salt on my pretzels. Yeah.
I love pretzels. So when I go to Sam's, first thing I do, I head for the pretzel rack. Grab a pretzel so I can shop and eat a pretzel.
I love pretzels. They're my guilty
pleasure. When I go to the mall,
so
is that Aunt Annie's, Sarah, in the mall?
Aunt Annie's actually applied for the pro competition.
Really? Oh, that's great.
Right?
That's great.
They make good pretzels. And they do
those little pretzel bites.
Yeah, they do.
See, and that's absolutely perfect for this kind of competition.
Mustard, are you kidding me? God, they're good. God, they're good. I love those. I absolutely love those. All right.
It's time for the Dad Bod Restaurant Review. Did Cam eat at your place? Let's find out with Cameron Parker.
Right. Not a lot of reviews, Cameron, because you've been so busy promoting.
I've got a lot going on.
Yeah, you got a lot going on, and that's good. That's a good thing. You're broadening your horizons, and you're bringing with Sarah good things to the area, and I am really stoked about. We haven't had Oktoberfest at Cambridge Square in a long time.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a lot of fun. Talked about the Food Truck Festival. You talked about Food Truck Friday. This Friday, starts this Friday on Channel 9.
Yeah, this starting this Friday on Channel 9. I'm going to be with Meg and Dane, and every week we're going to feature a food truck. We're bringing the food truck to the studio. Sometimes we'll be in studio eating. Other times we're going to be actually parking them outside and going out like on location style and doing that. Our first 4 week or our next 4 weeks are all going to be food trucks that are going to be at World Food Truck Festival. So you'll get like a little bit of a teaser information there. And this is going to be around 8:10ish or so is when this will kick off in the mornings and all that kind of thing. So it's gonna be a great time. Like we're gonna have a good time. They're such cool anchors and just such cool people. It's gonna be fantastic.
Dean is really neat. He's a neat guy.
Yeah, he's
a neat guy.
super cool.
He judged one of our competitions at the store one time. He's a great guy.
And you know what? I love how this all kind of just came about as well. Is just that when I was there interviewing for World Food Truck Festival the last time, we had finished taping and everything, and we're just chatting, like just hanging out for a few minutes, kind of in the break. And it was an idea that has kind of been on my mind for a while, and I just kind of shot my shot, and I was like, hey guys, like I thought this would be really kind of cool. What do you think? Dane and Meg both were like, yeah, we like this. We're gonna have a producer reach out. And of course, you leave and you're kind of like, they said like, don't call us, we'll call you, that kind of deal. It was like, I don't know, 2 weeks later, I got an email from the producers going, hey, we really want to do this. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, Pete, morning news in Chattanooga needs a shot in the arm. I mean,
yeah. We've talked about that before.
Yeah. I mean, you can't, after 10 segments of the weather in an hour, come on, man,
right. Weather and traffic on repeat.
Yeah. It's, it's the same wreck. It's the same storm that's coming. Show me something that's interesting. Yeah. Because Chattanooga does have interesting things.
Absolutely.
Other than crazy weather.
Especially in food. And people love talking about food in Chattanooga. That's why I have a job, is because people love talking about food in Chattanooga.
Honestly, people don't realize Chattanooga is a primed position food destination. It is 2 hours away from some of the best Southeastern food cultures in ever. Like, you've got this immediate intersectional melting pot of some of the most talented people you've ever seen in your life, and they're easily accessible. And what Cameron and I really hope for, the long-term goal, is always support the businesses, whether it's the festivals, whether it's the show, whether it's other projects we have going. But we hope to show people, even like on a national level, that the food scene in Chattanooga is one of the top in the country. And I can say that because I've worked in almost every market demographic in the country. Chattanooga has one of the strongest and best food scenes anywhere in America. And it's about time that people realize that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cameron, I showed you this picture at the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you know these people?
I do not. I am not recognizing them.
From left to right, that's Garth Poe, Rachel Holland, Estella Felipe, Jared Padovani, and Joey Monkovic. Sarah, do those people ring a bell?
A couple of them do, but I don't know why.
That is the owners of Bonafide, where Cameron Parker was just the other night.
I had no idea who owned it.
Yes. And that was a great video you did with Mariah.
Yeah, we
at
had
the grand opening of Bonafide, which is in the old Flying Squirrel?
Flying Squirrel, yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I've gotten so many comments about that. So actually the building won like some kind of architecture award, like some major like national architecture award or something like that, which I get it. Like that place is beautiful.
Tell me about that place. Looks like it was very, very elevated dining, but when you look at the menu, the prices are extremely reasonable for that kind of food. And I'm not that kind of a food expert, but I was expecting some of those to be, in the $65, $75 a plate range.
Yeah.
And I think the most expensive thing on that thing was $35 for a steak.
Yeah, that was the Denver steak. And like it's a really cool concept the way they've kind of put it together. It's similar to like an izakaya, where it's a lot of shareable type dishes, right? So like I said in the video, they break the menu into 3 different categories. The first would be like kind of your appetizers or starters. And then you have a pasta dish and your main dish. and their staff is so incredibly informative. Our waiter Benjamin just helped us through the whole thing, and he was like, "Hey, if you guys want to go ahead and think about all the things you'd like to get, I'll course those out for you." And they did. So like we gave them the full list, like all the way from starter to dessert of what we're looking for. And they watched us, and we would finish something, we'd have a little bit of time to chat, that sort of thing. Then the next round's coming out, that sort of thing. It was just incredibly elevated. And you're right, the price was not crazy. The two of us with drinks, I had a cocktail, a glass of wine, and Mariah had either one or two specialty teas. It was two of those. All those 4 drinks alone are, that's adding a ton of expense and everything.
Yeah.
But all that food we got, $143. Like for 2 people on a date night with the kind of food that we had, that's insane to me. Like it's amazing.
Yeah.
With that drink count, that's really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was there. We were over $40 just in the drinks. So, I mean, the food prices, like the pasta dishes, were, between like $12 and $18. The main courses between $20 and $35. The appetizers, 15 to 20, 25, something like that. I mean, I felt like it was incredibly reasonable, and for that kind of venue, for a date night specifically. I haven't been everywhere yet, but it might just be the best date night spot in all of Chattanooga.
Well, it sure looked good. It looked neat inside, and I can't wait to try it, Pete. We need to
go.
We need to grab the Sheilas and head down there, and
I was just
try
sitting
that.
here like signaling. I was like, "We're going," to my friends. I'm like, "We're gonna go."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Very, very happy with that place.
I don't know how 5 partners are going to work. That might be a great kitchen fight in about 3 months.
I don't know. Apparently the chefs that are working there and everything have worked together for a long time in a lot of really big name places around Chattanooga. So, I mean, as of right now, it seems like they've got a well-oiled machine going on there.
Well, Cameron, you
I'll
got
tell
to
you a
remember though,
secret.
you and I have only known each other 10 months. We're already having a huge fight over Fresca. So
we
you
do
never
it all
know.
the time. I
You
mean,
never know
and this
what's
isn't
gonna
our
happen.
first fight.
This is a secret about chefs, right? When you find chefs that you have good synergy with, right? Whether it's chef to sous chef or whether it's, executive chef to different departmental chef, when you find chefs with good synergy, they become familial bonds almost. You, like my sous chef previously, currently is a director at my company. My sous chefs are my national directors team now. Like they become bonds because you don't realize you spend 18, 19 hours a day with these people when you're working at high level, high production culinary. We spend more time together than we do with our families. And so you build bonds that border beyond working relationships. I mean, like my kids have 27 uncles. You know what I mean? Like we still fly across the country to see each other. And it is borderline a cult. Like you become like you have to have each other to find your peace. Like my sous chef, I don't even have to speak. I can just stand here and I'll put my hand up and she'll hand me the thing I need, And so the relationship between real chefs, between chefs who really have good relationships like that, who have been working together a long time, they build that synergy. You almost never have issues because you're used to working in high stress, high pressure situations and making decisions rapidly.
Sarah Ann, Pete, and Cameron, Ken Mitchell says Denver steak is underrated. One of my favorite behind picanha. I'm not sure what a Denver steak is. Can somebody fill me in?
Take it, Sarah.
So basically a Denver steak is almost like charcoal outside with a perfect like medium rare inside. And the char flavor kind of reads through the steak in a way that's different than like a reverse sear. So it's almost like a total rendering of the fat. But the char actually partners with the salt and the things that are used to cure the steak prior to it. It's one of my favorites. It's you got a nice like almost like crisp and then a buttermelt in the middle, and it's fantastic.
And it's typically sliced into medallions, right? And we'll
Yeah.
have like a
Very
sauce of some
thin,
kind on
very
it,
thin.
like a
Yeah.
chimichurri or something like that on there.
Yeah.
Julie Thompson says it has phenomenal aesthetics. So
Oh,
people
yeah.
have obviously been to this.
That's a huge part of the appeal, especially on a date night. Like you want to go somewhere that it, makes it feel good to be there. And they have put so much time and effort into their decorations. Very similarly to Waco, the sushi place, the all you can eat sushi place that's over in Shallowford. Like their decorations, their ambience is impeccable. And that just elevates everything. You eat with your eyes first, and that's not just on the food, that's in where you're eating.
Kind of like the knothole.
Just like the knothole.
Just like the knothole.
Where can you get a set of tires put on and eat while you're waiting, right?
I'm just saying.
For my tires, that's a real date.
You would be surprised. You look out there in the gas pumps, there's people lined up because the guy that's at the gas pump is pumped his gas and he's inside ordering food instead of pulling his car up. I mean, hey, right or wrong?
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely right. Absolutely.
People come in and go, what's that smell? I said, that's a P235 6018 Continental Pro Contact.
I will say this, like it's been fun to watch. Like I will be in there on a lot of days when Steve is serving, and I'll come by, like I'll get a hot dog, or maybe I'm just swinging by to grab my my Monster for the day because Steve keeps them on tap for me basically, and we'll be in there and and my Frescas now, and people will just filter in just one after another. Man, I came for a hot dog. Man, I came for a brisket. Several people saw videos that we've done together or saw the podcast, and like he's got this little seating area outside too. You'll see, 3 or 4 or 5 people sitting out there eating their food. Like it's crazy. That's not what you expect when you think of like gas station and service center. And I love it. I think it's great.
Goofy. I'd be the first to admit, Pete, it's goofy, isn't it?
You know what?
We started it's goofy.
I love it. And for the last 5-6 years, I've enjoyed the crap out of it. Made a lot of great friends. Obviously, Steve's been doing this for 43 years in this location.
Yeah.
So everybody's kid and grandkid come in there. You know what? You don't find many hometown places like Steve's got. And you can go in there and sit down, have a cup of coffee, a cold drink, right? Just like the old days.
Just know you're going to get that coffee black. I'm telling you, there's not a lot of options in there for that.
We have the.
Is there any other way to drink coffee?
I think so. But that's just
Yeah,
that's a whole other conversation.
Starbucks has asked us to quit selling coffee. We're taking their business. Excellent job, you two. Excellent job, really, Sarah. A lot of great insight to what it takes to do what you and Cameron are doing. And from the small ones that I've put on, I can't imagine, Pete, what these two are having to go through to get a food truck festival of that accord going, and then followed up just a few months shortly thereafter with another festival. And I'm sure Christmas is coming up.
Yeah,
and I'm sure the twinkle in your eye is probably something going to happen.
We already have a Christmas date on the books with Cambridge Square, and then we have 5 dates next year on the books, ready to go.
Well, that's fantastic. Y'all should take over the barbecue brawl.
I'm supposed to have a conversation with you about that to see what you
wrestle that. You could wrestle that for me.
Because I heard a birdie say, you really just want to hang out with the judges, right?
That's right.
Well, we can make that happen.
You give me carte blanche over the judges. No, I'll be glad to do that because Miguel took care of us over there at 1885.
That's right. That was a cool setup. That
was a cool setup. Leanne, you're right. Great. You guys are super. I appreciate you so much. Sarah, you're welcome back anytime, and we'll get you back on. A very interesting young person. Very interesting young person.
I learned something new about Sarah literally every single day.
Here we've got a love note here from Ken Mitchell. Sarah, I love Sarah. The Denver steak is the last steak on the ribeye, just inside the chuck. It's literally the last ribeye.
Attaboy. That Ken knows his foods there. I've seen some pictures of your food, Ken.
I love that. Normally, I have rarely ever do I have somebody come into one of my restaurants that I've ran and say, I want a Denver steak. But when they do, they always know steak. They always know steak. Those are my people.
You ever seen the Vegas cut?
Yeah.
The Vegas cut? Yeah. There's a Vegas cut too.
I still stand by my my first viral video ever. I stand by the hanger steak. as one of the
I love
most
hanger steak.
underrated steak. It is the. I'm telling you. But it's hard to find because all the butchers are like, no, I'm not going to sell it. This is mine. Like
I'll tell you one of my favorite other ones, and it's the poor man's filet, and it's the baseball cut. The baseball cut is one of the top notch. It is on par and sometimes better than the fillets that I've used it in places.
Now what? Now hold on. Now we're gonna have to Pete. We're gonna have to go into overtime here. I've never heard of it. We're going extra innings. Extra innings with the put a man on second base, Pete. What is the baseball cut?
So a baseball cut is it's part of it's not the backstrap, shoulder tenderloin, but it is a muscle that runs down from the wide part of the shoulder directly underneath of that. And it is textured. It's a little more fatty, but it's almost like a marbled fat. And it's cut the same way a filet is from a very, the next muscle group down. It's pretty awesome.
Pete, when we go into Food City tomorrow to get our hot dog bun,
ask them for it.
I want the baseball.
A lot of restaurants that say they have fillets are actually selling baseball cuts.
Really?
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well,
Cisco sells Cisco, US Foods, all of those. They push baseball cuts to replace fillets. And is it trash marketing? You probably shouldn't lie to your customers. But the truth is, most restaurants, unless they are a high-end steakhouse or they are, something like that, most of them are selling baseball cuts instead of fillets.
It's kind of like the instead of brisket, people sell that what's that cut, Pete? Shoulder clod.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
Yeah, they'll advertise it as brisket, but it's actually shoulder clod too. All right, you guys were great. Cam, you're great. Pete, you're the best. Sarah, you're welcome back anytime you want to come on.
Thank you so much, guys.
Text me or text Cameron, and we'll get you on.
Yeah,
and can't wait for August 29th. Only 25 more days to the Food Truck Festival. Only 32 days.
God, that makes it feel so real.
Oh, God.
We got so much to do still.
I got to get the COIs done tomorrow.
Get on it. Get to work.
We're on it.
You had time.
We'll be ready. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you were playing golf today, Cameron.
I know. I took a breather. I apologize.
We have to, because there's times we work 20 hours straight. Like Cameron's
you got to fire. You got to fire Cameron and hire Pete. No, wait, Pete was playing golf too.
Yeah,
there's nobody left, Sarah. It's all up to you.
I have nobody. It's me and you, Steve. It's me and you.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing along. And like I said, Fresca was just a joke. We love Fresca. I love Fresca. As a matter of fact,
I bet you
when I get off the air, I'm going to pop the top on this thing and
clean the floors
and drink it.
I want a video.
But I'll drink it.
I want a video of that.
I sure will.